Hello loves, Dark Side back again with another video. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a different video today for you. This is going to be a non-gaming related video. This has nothing to do with video games, nothing like that. This is going to be Dark Side Goes to Jail.
MMI.
And basically what I'm going to be talking about in this video was the very first time, not the first time I was ever arrested, because I'd been arrested before and gotten out like the next day or like that night, later on that night or whatever. I'm talking about the very first time I ever got locked up and sent to jail to become an actual inmate or a detainee in the county jail. The charges that led me there. See, some of you are younger, you guys and girls are younger, like 11, 12, 13 years old. To me, you're a kid. That's a kid. You know, whether you're like, oh, I'm 13, I'm a teenager, yeah, you're still a kid to me. You know, because I'm 43. So take it from somebody that's been through a lot of stuff. I've been I've been in the military, I've been to jail quite a few times. I did almost 4 years in Florida DOC, Department of Corrections, which is prison, right? And I've been all over the whole state of Florida, in different places. It's been crazy. I don't get in trouble anymore. This is all stuff in the past, and you know, I changed a lot. When they say people can't change, people can change. I don't even go out anymore. I don't drink. I don't do any drugs. I don't do anything crazy anymore. I have kids now. I've been out of prison over 11 years. I don't do anything anymore. You know what I mean? So, knock on wood. And yeah, I don't get into trouble. I don't do anything. I stay home. I play my video games. I watch TV shows. Play with my kids. Things like that. You know. And I work. But anyway, I wanted to share this experience with you guys because some of you, being younger, you're very, very impressionable. And what I mean by that is, like, you might have someone in your life that's probably doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, and I don't want you guys following in those footsteps and getting into trouble. All right, that's the whole point of me making this video. So I'm going to take you back to this particular day. Basically, I'm going to explain what happened was me and my girlfriend at the time, we had a scheme or like a scam going on that we each had bank accounts, and we would write each other checks to each other's bank account and take the money, go buy dope with it, either deal drugs or do the drugs and then make money to hustle back. And it was a never-ending cycle. And then one particular day, my girlfriend at the time, she had stolen a check from her mom. I didn't know this originally, but she had stolen a check from her mother and went to go cash it at the bank. I was in the passenger seat hooking up the deals and everything for later on that day because we were going to have some money. And she went and gave the license and the check to the lady at the teller, you know, through the teller, the drive-through teller thing. And they were taking a little bit too long. And I'm like, something's up, man. I'm like, they don't normally take this long to do this. And she's like, no, it's fine, don't worry about it. I'm like, nah, something's up, man. I'm like, this shit doesn't normally take 15 minutes for them to cash a check, dude. I said, well, they're calling the cops. And she's like, no, they're not, we'll be fine. Then like a few minutes later, a lady comes back to the window and says, I'm gonna need you to come inside. And I'm like, let's get out of here. I'm like, they're calling the cops, let's go. And sure as shit, within that 10 minutes or whatever, 12 minutes, whenever we were waiting, they called the cops. So we pull out of the place, and because there was a street that led right out from the drive-through teller from the bank. And we pulled on the street, we're going straight, and there's a couple streets to the left, there's a couple streets to the right, like we were in the middle of all the streets. And we got to the first stop sign, and I look to the left, and I see two cop cars blowing through the stop sign. And I'm like, shit, I'm like, make a right, man. I'm like, try and lose them. We weren't gonna lose them. Instead, she went straight and led us straight into the cops. They pulled up one at a time, right in front of us, kind of cornered us in, boxed us in. She tried to back up. I told her to back up. I'm like, she tried to back up. And next thing you know, two black SUVs pull up right behind us. Boom, boom. They cornered us in. People jumping out with ski masks, guns drawn, yelling at us to get on the ground, screaming at us, you know, show me your hands, all this craziness. So I knew it. I knew we were done for. Like, I already knew they were going to eventually catch up with us, just the way we were going. We were getting too reckless, getting a little too crazy. So they basically, what they did was they cuffed us, and they had me pinned on the ground, and they told me to put my hands behind my back. They cuffed me. But they did something, a double cuff, and basically what that means is, if you guys have ever seen a pair of handcuffs, there's a handcuff, a little chain, and then the other handcuff that connects to it. This was like a single plate handcuff, so you can't even move your wrists at all. Like, there's no movement. I guess they were afraid that I was gonna try and they're very painful, very, very uncomfortable, very painful. And I guess they were scared that because I'm a bigger guy, they thought I was gonna maybe give them a hard time, which I wasn't about to. You know, I'm not like that. All my charges were like non-violent charges. All my stuff was with, you know, drug-related stuff. So basically, they get me in the back of the cop car, and they're like, look, we can do one of two things. We can call the county that you're from. We were literally maybe like a quarter mile outside of my county. And they're like, we can call the county you're from, have them come pick you up, or we'll take you to our county, and you have to sit there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe a month until they extradite you. Until they extradite you back to your county, which is like only like a half an hour away. But you don't get time served on that until you get extradited. Like, your sentence doesn't start until you actually get, you know, go in the county jail. They can choose not to count that time. So basically, we're like, no, let's just have them call them, please, you know, have you call them and then tell them to come get us. I'd rather just go to our county and get the county jail stuff started now. You know, I already knew I was going to jail. So they called our county, they came, picked us up, brought us to the substation, put us each in separate rooms, because they don't want you to be together, because they don't want you to collaborate your story. You know what I mean? They don't want you trying to figure out a story to try and get out of things, and they want to keep you separate. So the cop comes in, the detective actually comes in, and he's like, well, man, you've been on our radar for a little while now. He's like, we've been watching you guys. I said, why didn't you pick us up weeks ago then? He's like, we didn't have enough proof. He's like, this right here, with your girlfriend trying to cash a fraudulent check, put you guys over. You know what I mean? We have probable cause now. So, and you were with her, and, you know, and so anyway, they had us, man, they had us. So later on that night, they wound up going and bringing me to the actual county jail. And it sucked. It was terrible. I had to sit there all night. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about that in my next video, what it's like actually going to county. This was just the incident that led up to that. Okay, so this is what popped it all off. And I knew I was eventually going to get caught. I knew it. We were just being so reckless and so stupid. But the reason I'm making this and telling you guys about this is because, like I said, some of you are younger and you're very impressionable, and I don't want you guys and girls getting into trouble. You might have like a family member or a friend or something that's doing something that they're not supposed to do, and they're trying to drag you into it. I don't want to see you guys go down that way. You know what I mean? I don't want to see anybody put in that position, because you got to remember, when you're doing time, you're not the only one doing the time. Your family is doing time, even though they're on the outs in the free world. They're still doing time. They're worried about you. They're worried about you. They want their baby to be okay. You know what I mean? You know, they don't know what it's like. You know, they've never been in jail. Or, some of them have, but some parents have. But what I'm saying is, and they know how bad it is. They don't want to see their kids or whatever, their children go through something like this. So you remember, when you do something like this, you're not the only one doing the time. There's other people doing the time with you. There was times when I didn't see my parents for almost a year. You know what I mean? I didn't see any family for almost a year because I was in transit so much. It was crazy, you know, and I couldn't talk to them for almost 5 months. I didn't talk to my people, my family. So it was pretty crazy. All I could do was write letters, and then by the time my letters would come to them, if my mail would catch up, I'd already be in another place. You know, because they were transferring me around all over the place, transporting me all over. So I just wanted to bring this to you guys and let you guys know that I care about you, and I don't want you guys going down the wrong path and getting into trouble. And it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. I'm a convicted felon now. That's going to follow me for the rest of my life. Even though, like I said, I've been out of jail and out of prison for like 11 years, and I've been in no trouble. You know, I don't get into trouble. I don't do anything anymore. You know, it still could happen to anybody. It can still happen to anybody. And the statistics show, I guarantee, within the next 5 to 10 years, there's going to be one of you that's probably listening to this, and you're going to be in the same situation I was in. It's just the way it is. You know, you might be hanging out with the wrong people, they might rob a car, you might be with them, and you're going to get locked up. You're going to be like, damn, man, that dark side dude, he told me this shit would happen. He told me, he warned me, you know, and I didn't listen, and I'm trying to get you guys to listen now, so. Alright, that's all I wanted to say. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I got more and more videos, a lot more experiences about this stuff. Trust me, like I said, I've been through a lot of crazy things, so. Hopefully you guys take my advice, and stay away from all the nonsense and all the bad things. You don't need it. You don't need it. It'll mess you up for the rest of your life. Alright, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And if you have any other videos you want to see or want me to do any videos on, I got tons of stories. And hopefully all this stuff gets and sinks into your brain. You know, and you guys pay attention to it and get a little wiser from it. So, all right. Peace, guys. Have a good night.